Good morning. Welcome to Unplugged. I hope everyone is doing well today. Get a little unplugged before we jump into the Lori Daybell trial again. Hope everyone is doing so very well. Just a little update. Today is Tuesday, June 10th. And I did want to give you a little update they have on the manhunt for Travis Decker, the father who unalived his 3 daughters. They have narrowed the search. Authorities have converged Monday along Highway 97, late Monday, in a reinvigorated search for the father accused of unaliving his 3 daughters. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office reported Monday night that police were searching for Travis Decker, 32-year-old former U.S. Army soldier, in the area of Ingalls Creek, a community about 12 miles south of Leavenworth. Leavenworth is where the girls were found and where that campground is that they were found near, Rock Island. Okay. And they say he is believed to potentially be in this area, Ingalls Creek. Please secure your homes and vehicles, stay alert, and report any suspicious activity to 911. Residents and visitors will see a visible increase in law enforcement presence tonight as a precaution. Your safety remains top priority. If you see something, say something. Exactly what prompted the search in the area was not made public. The new area of focus is roughly 30 miles by car from Rock Island Campground, near where Travis Decker is accused of unaliving his 3 daughters and leaving them there around the dead end of Icicle Road. The two areas are also connected by rugged backcountry trails. A hiker could take an L-shaped route through the Alpine Lakes Wilderness area along Ingalls Creek, skirting the higher elevation of the encampments, which are still covered in snow. Oh, wow. Chelan County Sheriff's Office handed over the search to federal authorities 6 p.m. Sunday night. Sheriff's detectives continued to lead the investigation into the unalivings. So the sheriff's office gave the search to the federal authorities, and they are investigating the crime, the unalivings. So good for them. Good for them. And remember, we are discussing Peyton 9, Evelyn 8, and Olivia 5. Rest in peace, sweet angels. And don't forget, this evening, we have Miss Robin. Is Robin in here? Hi, Robin. We have Miss Robin, who will be sharing her story about Nicole, her daughter. It is tragic, and please be here for Robin to support her this evening. Her little Nicole. Okay, so today in Unplugged, it's where we kind of different vibe, relax. Hi, Jen. Different vibe, relax a little bit. Excuse me. And today, oh, shoot, I had something pulled up. Oh, darn it. You know what? Hold on. I had something pulled up and I messed with it. Hold on for us today. Sorry, you guys. I had it pulled up and we are going to, I was thinking of, hold on. Thinking of laws that, we need for reform, right? Hey. And then I was thinking, well, there's so many laws that we need, right? Yet there's so many laws that are still on the books, or relevant laws right now that are on the books that we don't need, but also laws that have been on the books for years and years and years that should be taken off. We need new reform. So I thought it would be funny to go over some of these crazy state laws from the United States. Okay. So, for instance, in Alabama, anyone from Alabama in the house? It is illegal to drive blindfolded. I mean, that is so much more important than getting some good child protection laws on there, right? Laws for justice, all of laws to be harder on crime against children. Isn't that funny? Number 2, in Alaska, you cannot put an animal in the back of an open vehicle. In Arizona, any Alaskans in the house? Arizonans, here we go. It's illegal for a donkey to sleep in a bathtub. Now we need that one. That's an important law. That is important. Hold on, let me go ahead and see something. I want to change our screen real quick. Sorry, didn't realize I had not. Oh, I think this is, hold on. Yeah, we'll just. There we go. Okay, your state will be coming. Hey, Rusty Pipes. Your state will be coming. We're doing funny laws today. Unplugged is where we just take a breather. Take a little breather together, right? Okay. So the last one was Arizona. Do not, if you are in Arizona with me, do not let a donkey sleep in a bathtub. Anyone from Arkansas? You cannot honk your horn near a sandwich shop after 8 p.m. That is a law in Arkansas. Maybe we need to do some updating. If you're from Cali, do not, because it is illegal, whistle for a lost canary before 7 a.m. Do not whistle for a lost canary. We're just going over some. I was thinking about law and reform needed for children and crimes against children and justice for children and locating children and sounding alerts immediately. And I was going through states and kind of looking at the different Amber Alert criteria. And I thought, well, it'd be fun today is to go over just some funny laws that are still on the books. There's so much we need on our books, in our legal system. And these are just ones that shows we're a little outdated in some areas, right? Let's see. Colorado. In Colorado, it's illegal to keep a couch on your porch. That's interesting. I know when we lived there, I grew up there, we couldn't have cars cars had to be in the garage. Anyone from Connecticut? This is a law in Connecticut. A pickle. That's right. Hey, Elsa. Hey, Laura. Hi, Karma's mom. In Oregon, Karma's mom said, in Oregon, it still reads, you must stop at all intersections and exit your buggy and wave your lantern in both directions before returning to the crossroad. I mean, that's hilarious. I think there was one, what was it? It was terrible. Like, you can't put your wife over your, it was weird, on the courthouse steps or something. You can't spank your wife on the courthouse steps. It was just crazy. So Connecticut, your pickle. Must be able to bounce or it's illegal. Anyone from Delaware? You may not. If you are in Delaware, I've been to Dewey Beach in Delaware. If you're in Delaware, you cannot sell dog hair. I was thinking of that too, Rusty Pipes, Tennessee or West Virginia, right? The no couch on the porch law. They would have a lot of felons. That's a great point. Okay, Florida. I know I have people from Florida in here. Legal parking fees toward animals must be paid. That's interesting. Legal parking fees towards, so animals were given tickets. Interesting. Whoops. Sorry, it reset. Let's see. Next up, I bet Tennessee's will be a doozy, right? Okay, come on, guys. Next state is Georgia. We've got Georgia in the house. I know that for a fact. Oh, it's illegal to live on a boat for more than 30 days in Georgia. What about a houseboat? In Georgia, it's illegal to live on a boat for more than 30 days. Interesting. That's surely outdated. Hawaii, it's illegal to place a coin in one's ear. Don't do it. You'll be arrested in Hawaii if you place a coin in your ear or anyone else's, even if you are doing a magic show. In Idaho, it's illegal to sweep debris into the streets. Well, that's not too bad. Illinois, it's illegal for underage culinary students to drink alcohol. Well, one would think it's illegal for all underage students to drink alcohol, right? Indiana, if you are in Indiana, do not ride your horse above 10 miles per hour because it is illegal. In Iowa, it is illegal to throw a brick on a highway. In Kansas, tire screeching is banned. In Kentucky, a woman may not, it is illegal for a woman to marry the same man 4 times. Yeah. First, second, and third time weren't your clue. Hey, Star Child, how you doing? In Louisiana, hi, Mama. Hi, Karma's mom. In Louisiana, it's illegal to send a surprise pizza. Interesting. In Maine, it's illegal to park in front of Dunkin' Donuts. I remember going to Dunkin' Donuts with my dad when I was little a lot. We'd go on Sundays and stuff, bring donuts back for the family. In Maryland, sleeveless shirts are banned in public parks. Oh my goodness, imagine how many people would be breaking the law. In Massachusetts, Jen just said she's not sure if it's still in the books, but in a county just south of her, it was illegal to not own a nug. Interesting. In Cali, you can throw all the bricks you want on the highway. That's kind of a good one, though, right? Okay, in Massachusetts, it's illegal to tell fortunes without certification. That's not too funny. Michigan, you can't sell your vehicle on a Sunday. I remember the dealerships were closed. In Minnesota, dirty tires are banned. Mississippi, nutrition labels cannot be enforced. In Missouri, bear wrestling is banned. Do not wrestle with a bear. It is illegal. Montana, it's illegal to give, this is a good one. It's illegal to give a rat as a present in Montana. Hi, West Virginia Holly Girl. Hi, Ann. We're reading Silly Laws. I was telling everyone last night, I was thinking about the reform we need for child justice, crimes against children, parents being held responsible more when a child's missing, Amber Alerts, things like that. And I was going through states' different Amber Alert criteria. And I thought, well, why don't we, for Unplugged, go through some of the outdated laws? Some of them are funny. Some of them are funny. And so I thought it'd just be kind of fun before we get into our trial today, here in about an hour, to just go through some of the laws. And we are on, it just reset for us. We're on, hold on one second, sorry. It keeps resetting. Sorry, guys. Set again. One moment. Okay, tire screeching is banned, then dirty and okay, can't marry the same woman. We had that one. Illegal to send a surprise pizza. No parking in front of a Dunkin'. No sleeveless shirts and it did it again. Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. It just okay, Illinois, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts. Oh my gosh, it did it again. Okay, hold on. I'm going to use my computer instead of my phone. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Here it is. Now I'll do it. And I'll just share this tab with you all. My goodness, all the ads. Sorry. Okay. In Montana, you cannot get married if you have a venereal disease. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl said, in Kentucky, a woman can't wear a bikini on the highway without carrying a bat. That's a great one. See, that's a great one. I wish I could find some of those funny ones. These aren't as funny as I was hoping for. Oops. 28 in Nevada, it's illegal to sit on the sidewalks. 29 in New Hampshire, it's unlawful to pick up seaweed off the beach. 30 in New Jersey, bulletproof vests are banned while committing a crime, but you may wear them any other time. In New Mexico, idiots are banned from voting. Oh, that's a great one. Idiots are banned from voting. New York, slippers are banned after 10 p.m. North Carolina, drunk bingo is unlawful. North Dakota, you can't shoot fireworks after 11 p.m. Ohio, it's illegal to sell dyed chickens, D-Y-E-D, like color dye. Huh. Oklahoma, tripping a horse is outlawed. In Oregon, it's illegal to go hunting in a cemetery. In Pennsylvania, you're breaking the law if you pay psychic. In Rhode Island, it is illegal to race a horse on a highway. South Carolina, you cannot play pinball if you're a minor. I love pinball. South Dakota, it's illegal to sleep in the cheese factory. So if you are in South Dakota, forget sleeping in the cheese factory. Oh my gosh. In Tennessee, it's illegal to share your Netflix password. That was passed in 2011. In Texas, you cannot sell a human eye. In Utah, biting is banned in boxing. Ooh, in Vermont, it's illegal for women to wear fake teeth without their husband's approval. In Virginia, no trick-or-treating if you're over 14. In Washington, it's illegal to attach a vending machine to a utility pole. In West Virginia, hats are banned in theaters. In Wisconsin, better substitutes are banned without permission. Oh, a public eating establishment may not serve margarine as a substitute for butter. In the big dairy state, right? In Wyoming, buildings that cost $100,000 must or more must display pricey art. Interesting. Not as funny as I wanted, but some of those were. Good morning, all of you coming in. Welcome to Unplugged. Do any of you know any states? Oh, Ohio, let's see. According to Ohio, it's against the law to unalive a housefly within 160 feet of a church without a license. Yes. All I need is crime. Jesus, hello. In North Carolina, it's illegal for unmarried man to own a sheep. Very good. Good one. Robin said you can't share your Netflix password in Florida either. Ann Reynolds said, I think it's funny that you can't dumpster dive in the town I'm in, but you can go anywhere else in the state of North Carolina and dumpster dive. Oh, that is funny. That is funny. I like this one too, Cheryl. In Kentucky, a woman cannot wear a bikini on the highway without carrying a bat. That is hilarious. That is great. Let me try and find. I want to do something. Here we go. Oh, this is funny. Okay. What in the world? I'm not going to put that one out there. First thing I saw was a weird one. Hold on one second. Sorry. Okay, here's some. Here's some other ones. Here's some other ones. Sorry, you guys. I thought I was sharing the screen. In Alabama, you guys can still put in the chat ones you know, and I'll read them. I'll come over and read them. In Alabama, no fake mustaches in church if they cause laughter. Alaska, don't be visibly drunk in a bar. There's Arizona's again. No donkeys allowed to sleep in bathtubs. Arkansas, mispronouncing Arkansas is illegal. Say it right. California, women cannot drive wearing house coats. Colorado, indoor furniture is banned on porches. Oh, some of these are the same. Connecticut, pickle must bounce to be legally sold. Bounce test required. Excuse me. Delaware, whispering in church is prohibited. Loud and clear gossip only. Florida, unmarried women cannot parachute on Sundays. Georgia, eating fried chicken with a fork is illegal in Gainesville. Hawaii. We saw this one. Coins can't be placed in the ears. Idaho, cannibalism is illegal except for survival. Illinois, no fancy bicycle tricks on the streets. Indiana, cold beer cannot be sold in groceries. Ice cream trucks are banned in Indianola for Iowa. Kansas, no cherry pie a la mode on Sundays in Topeka. Plain pie Sundays. In Kentucky, officials must swear they've never dueled. Louisiana, again, bear wrestling is prohibited. In Maine, you must have a special permit to dance in alcohol-serving establishments. In Maryland, swearing on the highways is illegal in Rockville. Massachusetts, no gorillas in car back seats. Michigan, cars can't be bought or sold on Sundays. Minnesota, greased pig contests are illegal. Mississippi, don't disturb church services. Missouri, roaming bulls can be castrated after 3 days loose. Montana, sheep must have a chaperone in truck cabs. Nebraska, driving off non-existent mountain edges is illegal. Let's see if you guys have added some. Do you guys have anyone? Virginia and Minnesota, you're not allowed to park your elephant on Main Street. Hi, Rosalie. In Raleigh, North Carolina, before a man asks for a woman's hand in marriage, he must be inspected by all the barnyard animals on the young woman's family's property to ensure a harmonious farm. Oh, that's great. You know, nothing on the Sullivan kids. I heard that the Mounties took down everything they had reported on the children, the RCMP. So I think that's a little weird. So that's the last thing that I've heard. No other updates, but the RCMP don't have anything up apparently on the Sullivan children anymore. They've taken down all their updates, is what I've heard, but I myself have not checked. So, isn't that crazy? Let's see what else. I'm glad you needed a giggle, Karma's mom. I think we all did. I love some of the ones you all are coming up with. In North Carolina, it's illegal for an unmarried man to own a sheep. Did I read in Ohio law, it's against the law to kill a housefly within 160 feet of a church? Yes, without a license. Yes, and we read several on North Carolina, huh? No children may attend school with their breath smelling of wild onions. Which state is that? And don't forget, in Kentucky, you may not wear a bikini on the highway without carrying a bat. Let's see if we got any more here. New Hampshire, still again, nighttime seaweed collecting is outlawed. New Jersey, men can't knit during fishing season. New Mexico, anthems must be sung in full. No partial renditions. New York, throwing balls at heads for fun is prohibited. Oh, here's another bingo one. North Carolina, bingo games limited to 5 hours, twice weekly. North Dakota, it's illegal to serve beer and pretzels together. Certain crimes are not prosecutable on Sundays except on rivers. That is Ohio. Oklahoma, horse tripping events banned. Oregon, again, hunting in cemeteries is unlawful. Pennsylvanians, it is illegal if you catch a fish with your mouth. Rhode Island, biting off limbs. Oh my gosh. Biting off limbs is punishable by law in Rhode Island. South Carolina, minors are banned from pinball until recently. That's interesting. 2016. No sleeping in the cheese factories in South Dakota. Again, Tennessee's is don't share your password for Netflix. Texas, don't sell those eyeballs. Utah, alcohol sales forbidden during emergencies. Vermont, women once needed their husband's approval for dentures. Virginia, again, trick-or-treating restricted if you're 14 or up. In Washington, harassing Bigfoot is illegal. West Virginia, eating roadkill is legal. Ew. Wisconsin, remember, no substituting margarine for butter. Wyoming, forgetting to close gates incurs fines. That's funny. You guys are coming up with better ones than I am. Let's see what else you got on here. I have my wrong glasses on today. I couldn't find my other ones. You can't, don't forget in Virginia, Minnesota, don't park your elephant on, was it Main Street? Main Street. Louisiana, mourners at a wake may not eat more than 3 sandwiches. Indiana, bathing is prohibited during the winter. Ew. Idaho state law makes it illegal for a man to give his sweetheart a box of candy weighing less than 50 pounds. Ooh, I like that law. Riding a merry-go-round on Sundays is considered a crime. That's funny. You know, there's so many laws we need, yet it's funny. I'm trying to look for some more. It's funny to look at the ones that are still, so much is outdated and so much is needed, right? Here's the dumb laws list. Let's see what's on the dumb laws list. Oh, they've got a bunch of them. Okay. Here we go. This is what I'll share with you. Alabama. I'll give you the funniest one that I think. There's a bunch of them for each state. Oh, riding America. Okay, wait. Sorry, guys. I can't see it unless I enlarge it a little bit. Okay, Alabama. Let's see. You may not chain your alligator to a fire hydrant. You may not have an ice cream cone in your back pocket at any time. If you are in Alabama, that is illegal. No playing dominoes on Sunday. No driving blindfolded. No wearing a fake mustache in Alabama if it causes laughter in church. It is illegal in Alabama to drive the wrong way down a one-way, street if you have a lantern attached to the front of your automobile. And don't forget, do not chain your alligator to a fire hydrant. Now, let's see what's going on with Alaskans here. What do we have, Alaskans? What should they not be doing? Alaskans, it is illegal to take your kangaroos to the barber shops at any time. And no moose may be viewed from an airplane. Now, I don't know who controls that. In Alaska, it is illegal to whisper in someone's ear while moose hunting. Even though it is legal to hunt for a bear in Alaska, it is illegal to wake a bear up and take a picture for a photo opportunity. No way, that is funny. Okay, Arizonans, we've heard the donkeys can't sleep in the bathtubs. Hunting camels is prohibited in Arizona. Well, that's good. I have yet to see one. It is illegal for men and women over the age of 18 to have less than one missing tooth visible when smiling. That's Arizona. Oh, it's unlawful to refuse a person a glass of water. Yeah. A decree in Mojave County declares in Arizona that anyone caught stealing soap must wash with it until it is all used up. But don't forget, Arizonans, hunting camels is prohibited. Anyone from Arkansas in the house? If you are a teacher in Arkansas and you wear the haircut title called a bob, you will not get a raise. You may not keep an alligator in a bathtub. Arizona, you can't chain one to or in Alaska, you cannot chain one to no, Alabama, you can't chain one to a fire hydrant, but in Arkansas, you may not keep one in a bathtub. In Arkansas, it is illegal to buy or sell blue light bulbs. Let's see what California's got. In California, it's illegal to have caller ID. It is illegal to cry on the witness stand. It's illegal to own or sell silly string. In California, you are breaking the law if you do not have a hunting license, yet set a mouse trap. Oh, that's funny. Caramel ice cream may not be eaten while standing on the sidewalk. Now, Clint Eastwood repealed that while he was mayor. Women may not wear high heels in the city limits in California. That's funny. Okay. Cripple Creek, Colorado. We're at Colorado. I love Cripple Creek. It is illegal to bring your horse or pack mule above the ground floor of any building. That's Colorado. I've heard this one. It is now, it's now legal to remove the furniture tags that say don't remove under penalty of law in Colorado. It is illegal to mistreat rats. It is illegal to let a dandelion grow within the city limits in Colorado. Cats in Colorado may not run loose in Sterling without having been fit with a tail light. Oh my goodness. The dog catcher must notify dogs of impounding by posting the 3 consecutive days a notice on a tree in the city park, a public road running through said park, and it is unlawful to lend your vacuum cleaner to your next door neighbor in Colorado. It is illegal to mistreat rats. And you may not drive a black car on Sundays in Colorado. Connecticut, you ready? We got the pickle one. In Bloomfield, Connecticut, it's against the law to eat in your car. Do not walk backwards after sunset in Devon, Connecticut. In Hartford, you are not allowed to cross the street while walking on your hands, and you may not educate dogs. Let's see if you guys have any other ones. Hi, Ocean Joy. Hi, Frank. We're just taking a little unplugged breather this morning before we jump into the Valo Daybell trial here. We are going over funny, outdated, silly laws. Just something I thought of that might be fun for a little laugh or giggle before our true crime day. And don't forget, we have Miss Robin's story tonight, a story that's not easy for her to tell. She's very brave to do it. So please join us at 8:30 Eastern. Thank you, Robin, for doing that. And we will be with you, supporting you. Okay, Delaware, no horse racing of any kind on Good Friday and Easter Sunday. And it is illegal to get married on a dare. DC, it is a crime to give false weather reports in DC. It is unlawful for small boys to throw stones at any time in DC. In DC, you may not, it is illegal, post a notice which calls another person a coward for refusing to accept a challenge to a duel. That's DC. Here we go, Florida. It is illegal to sing in public, in a public place while attired in a swimsuit. Rats are forbidden to leave the ships that are docked in Tampa Bay. Boy, those rats will get arrested. In Hialeah, ambling and strolling is a misdemeanor. If an elephant is tied to a parking meter, the parking fee has to be paid just as it would for a vehicle. This is in Florida. It is illegal to fail to tell your neighbor their house is on fire in Florida. In Florida, you may not fish you may not fish while driving across a bridge or skateboard without a license. If you are a woman and you fall asleep under a hairdryer, you could be fined in Florida, along with the salon owner. In Florida, you are not allowed to break more than 3 dishes a day or chip the edges of more than 4 cups or saucers. In Georgia, it is illegal if you do not own a rake. And it's against the law in Georgia to tie a giraffe to a telephone pole or a street lamp. How many people in Georgia own a giraffe? Donkeys, again, cannot be kept in bathtubs. That's an Arizona law, too. A chicken must be eaten with the hands, no utensils in Gainesville. It's illegal in Georgia to use profanity in the presence of a corpse. In the presence of a corpse. In Quitman, it is illegal for a chicken to cross the road. In Jonesboro, Georgia, it's illegal to say, "Oh boy." Hawaii, if you don't own a boat, you could be fined. No coins in ears. In Honolulu, it's unlawful to annoy any bird. And in Hawaii, it's illegal to get a tattoo behind your ear or on your eyelid unless in the presence of a registered physician. Idaho, you may not fish from a giraffe's back. You may not ride a motorcycle if you're 88 or older in Idaho. And no merry-go-rounds on Sundays. That is considered a crime. Illinois, wheelbarrows with for sale signs may not be chained to trees in Illinois. It is illegal to take a French poodle to the opera in Chicago, Illinois. In Kirkland, Illinois, bees are not allowed to fly over the village or through any of Kirkland's streets. Also, in Illinois, law forbids eating in a place that is on fire. Shame on you. In Kenilworth, Illinois, a rooster must step back 300 feet from any resident if he wishes to crow. Hens that wish to cackle must step 200 feet back from any residents. It is against the law in Illinois to make faces at dogs. You may be convicted in Illinois of a class 4 of felony offense, punishable by up to 3 years in state prison for eavesdropping on your own conversation. That's odd. Indiana, spiteful gossip and talking behind a person's back are illegal. Let's see. In Indiana, a monkey was convicted in South Bend of the crime of smoking a cigarette in 1924 and had to pay a $25 fine and the trial costs. So it is illegal to make a monkey smoke a cigarette in South Bend. You may not bathe in Illinois again during the winter. You may not eat watermelon in the park. It's illegal in Beech Grove. And you may not catch a fish with your bare hands. Iowa, a man with a mustache may never kiss a woman in public. Horses are forbidden to eat fire hydrants in Marshalltown, Iowa. Fort Madison, the fire department is required to practice firefighting for 15 minutes before attending a fire. And it is unlawful within the corporate limits for any man to wink at a female person with whom he is unacquainted. Kansas, it's illegal to catch bullfrogs in a tomato patch. It's illegal to hunt whales, and it's illegal to put ice cream on cherry pie. Ooh, in Kansas. That's funny. Kentucky, a woman may not buy a hat without her husband's permission. Every citizen in Kentucky must shower once a year. Oh my. Louisiana, it is illegal to gargle in public places. Mourners at a wake may not eat more than 3 sandwiches. No alligators tied to fire hydrants in New Orleans. And in Maine, in Augusta, to stroll down the street playing a violin is against the law. Shoelaces must be tied when walking down the street. In Portland, you may not blow your nose. It is illegal if you blow your nose in public in Waterville, Maine. And it is unlawful in Portland to tickle a woman's chin with a feather duster. Do not be tickling chins with feather dusters. Hi, everyone. Frank says, I'm going to get me a French poodle. Then I won't have to go to any opera. That's a good one. Hi, True Crime Marie. Hello, hello. Welcome in. We're just relaxing for a little bit, having our unplugged vibe before we jump into the trial later today, or in about 30 minutes. We got to get going here in a second. In Massachusetts, no gorilla is allowed in the backseat of a car. Let's see what else. It is unlawful to deliver diapers on Sunday in Massachusetts, regardless of emergencies. You must have a license to wear a goatee. And if you are caught eating peanuts in church in Massachusetts, you can be jailed for up to a year. It is illegal to put tomatoes in clam chowder. It's illegal to frighten a pigeon or sell suntan oil after noon on Sunday. In Minnesota, your hair wives belong to your husbands. All bathtubs must have feet in Minnesota. Hamburgers may not be eaten on Sundays, and you may not tease skunks because it is illegal. Do not park your elephant on Main Street. And you are not allowed to serenade your girlfriend if you live in Kalamazoo. Mississippi, you can't walk a dog without dressing it in diapers. That's funny. You may not shave in Mississippi in the center of Main Street. And it is illegal to drive around the town square more than 100 times in a single session. Missouri, it is not illegal to speed. Oh, dancing is strictly prohibited in Purdy, Missouri. Worrying squirrels is not tolerated. And hard objects may not be thrown by hand. Balls may not be thrown within the city limits in Montana. In Nebraska, a man is not allowed to run around with a shaved chest. If your child holds back a burp, cannot hold back their burp in Nebraska during a church service, the parents can be arrested. If the mom gives her daughter a perm without a state license, you may be arrested in Nebraska, and donut holes may not be sold. Also, in Waterloo, Nebraska, barbers are forbidden from eating onions between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. In Elko, Nevada, everyone walking the streets is required to wear a mask. In Las Vegas, Nevada, it is against the law to pawn your dentures. And in Nevada, it is illegal to drive a camel on the highway. Think of all the laws we could think of that are so necessary, right? And we still have these outdated laws on our books. We'll do a few more. Let's see. New Hampshire law forbids you to tap your feet, nod your head, or in any way keep time to the music in a tavern, restaurant, or cafe. Jersey. All cats must wear 3 belts to warn birds of their whereabouts. 3 bells, excuse me. In New Jersey, all cats must wear 3 bells to warn birds of their whereabouts. It is illegal in New Jersey to slurp your soup or frown at a police officer. You cannot pump your own gas in New Jersey. Now, that's the same. There's a couple of states like that still. New Mexico, in Las Cruces, you may not carry a lunchbox down Main Street. And I know some of you have family in Las Cruces. Let's see, that's New Mexico's. In New York, you can be fined $25 for flirting. In New York, slippers are not to be worn after 10 p.m. In an elevator, it's illegal to talk to anyone. It's illegal to fold his hands while looking toward the door. Oh, you have to fold your hands. Excuse me. While riding in an elevator, you must, in New York, talk to no one and fold your hands while looking toward the door. And you may only water your lawn if the hose is held in your hand. So no electric sprinklers. And that was New York. North Carolina, fights between cats and dogs are not allowed. Elephants may not be used to plow cotton fields. Oh, wow. I've been to Nags Head, in beautiful beach town. Beautiful. In Nags Head, North Carolina, you can be fined for singing out of tune for more than 90 seconds. Oh, I would have been fined. And you may not ride a bicycle without having both hands on the handlebars. Fargo, North Dakota. And you guys seen Fargo? Good movie. Let's see. One may be jailed for wearing a hat while dancing, or even for wearing a hat to a function where dancing is taking place. It is illegal in North Dakota to keep an elk in a sandbox in your backyard. You better not let your horse near the tub, because horses cannot sleep in the tub or the house in North Dakota. And you may not lie down and fall asleep with your shoes on in North Dakota. Okay, Ohio, here you go. It is illegal to walk a cow down Lake Road in Ohio, Bay Village. You may not kill a housefly within 160 feet of a church without a license. You may not parade your goose down Main Street if you live in McDonald, Ohio. And it's against the law to run out of gas. Oklahoma, illegal to wear your boots to bed. And it is illegal to find tissues found in the back of one's car. And listen to this, in Oklahoma, tattoos are banned. And it is against the law to read a comic book while operating a motor vehicle. Oregon, here we go. Dishes must drip dry. Juggling is strictly prohibited without a license. Against the law for a wedding ceremony to be performed at a skating rink, and one may not box with a kangaroo. Excuse me. People may not whistle underwater. In Pennsylvania, All fire hydrants must be checked 1 hour before all fires, and you may not catch a fish by any body part except the mouth. And women must have a permit to wear cosmetics. Rhode Island, it's an offense to throw pickle juice on a trolley in Rhode Island or to sell toothpaste and a toothbrush to the same customer on a Sunday. South Carolina, let's see here. Horses are to wear pants at all times and may not be kept in bathtubs. You may not eat watermelons in the Magnolia Street Cemetery in Spartanburg, South Carolina. South Dakota, don't sleep in that cheese factory. Tennessee, hollow logs may not be sold. It is illegal for frogs to croak after 11 p.m. An ordinance in Oneida, Tennessee, forbids anyone to sing the song, "It Ain't Going to Rain No More." It's illegal for a woman to call a man for a date. Driving is not to be done in Tennessee while you sleep, and it is illegal to catch a fish with a lasso. Texas. Got some Texans in the house, right? It is illegal to milk another person's cow. You can be legally married in Texas by publicly introducing a person as your husband or wife 3 times. Wow, that's interesting. A recently passed Texas anti-crime law requires criminals to give their victims 24 hours notice, in writing or verbally, and to explain the nature of the crime to be committed. Hi, you all. We're just here having our unplugged vibe here. Some of these, yes, Karma's mom. Some of these states just take all the fun out of life. Absolutely. Hey, Teresa, how are you? You love the donut holes, yes. Birds have the right of way in Utah on all highways. In Utah, it is illegal not to drink milk. Interesting. Well, my friends, it's 10 o'clock and we need to get into the Vallow trial in about 15 minutes. Thank you so much for being here for Unplugged. We're going to do it tomorrow at 9. Tomorrow might be another riddle war that I'm planning. And however, if the Lori Daybell, if the prosecution rests today, then I'm going to go down to the Daybell trial tomorrow morning. And we have it planned for Thursday. We'll plan it. I have 2 of them more planned for this week, but it won't be tomorrow if we have the Vallow trial or if the prosecution rests today, because I do want to get down to the trial. Also, don't forget, we have Robin's story about her sweet daughter, Nicole, tonight. Please join us. And we have Daniel Robinson's father, David Robinson, coming next Tuesday, I believe. So don't miss that. It's going to be great. So have a great day. I'll see you. Hope to see you at the Daybell trial. She has been feisty with the judge. He has thrown her out. She has come in a wheelchair. She called in sick. She's told the judge not to yell at her. He said, "I'm not yelling." She said, "I've been nothing but nice." And he said, "You've been anything but nice." She has filed several motions to have the judge removed that have been denied. So let's see what she does today. Yesterday, by the way, I did find out the reason for the delay was they met for 30 minutes, removed everyone else from the courtroom except the defense, the prosecution, and a corrections officer from the sheriff's department, and had a 30-minute conversation. So I have a feeling that was to go over the rules, because remember, he said he was going to take away her private counsel if she continued to, do this. And I think he was giving her a good firm warning yesterday before court. So, not to sass him and talk back. So, hopefully, I'll see you in there about 15 minutes. It'll start in about 45. Thank you all for being here for Unplugged. We just started this, and I am so pleased how many of you have been requesting it to come back. So it's on. If you go to the channel, you'll see that I have a couple more planned for this week. And unless the state rests today, we'll have one tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm going to be down there trying to get in to listen to Lori if she has any witnesses. So I probably should have gone today just in case they rest. But anyway, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed your giggle. That's what this is about. It really is. It's just about taking a deep breath. We gather so many times for such terrifying, troubling, disturbing content, heartbreaking. And I want to sometimes give us a little break from that. So the Buzz Unplugged, hit that thumbs up, sub up, and don't miss the next one. Talk soon, my friends. So good to see you. I'm so glad I made your day because you all make mine. Good to see you. See you on the next Unplugged.